Archivists and anthropologists in South Sudan are racing against time to save the country's historical records. Officials consider the artifacts essential in uniting the diverse East African nation. Lindsey has more.
In the South Sudanese capital of Juba, records, photographs, maps, and books forming the nation's turbulent history are being housed in a tent inside overflowing sacks. Even as archivists hurry to catalog the documents, they are decaying from overexposure to the tropical climate. Since South Sudan's independence last year, leaders have been challenged to unify the country's 8 million citizens, which come from 70 different ethnic groups. Some traditionally have been enemies. Now, some leaders see the documents as a way to bring the groups together.
And that there's no more North to oppose collectively. Now is the time to think about all those other factors that make South Sudanese feel they have a historical oneness, and above all, they have some kind of a stake in this political entity called South Sudan.
The documents detail the country's colonial history, including the rule under the Anglo-Saxon condominium and the years of civil war it experienced after a unified Sudan independence in 1956. Archivist Yosef Anyala, who was working on the project, voiced his concerns about the rotting documents and a losing battle against time and the elements. The archivists are depending on Norway, which has promised to build a museum to house the documents and other fragile artifacts. Some fear their help won't come soon enough.
And then we come up also with solutions that we have to hurry up. We have to hurry up finishing, sorting, and categorizing this.
On top of plans to build a museum for the documents, the South Sudanese also want to build a national theater and a cultural center. Undersecretary Jock plans to tour the country with a traveling museum, a bus holding historical objects from different peoples across South Sudan. These institutions aim to convince the nation's citizens of their shared history and culture. Some officials say decreasing conflict through education is as important to nation building as constructing roads, schools, and clinics.
Conflicts, because we do not have correct understanding of each other. So it is a way to introduce South Sudanese to one another, and that by interacting and engaging and talking and debating, you build a nation.
With the time ticking, officials and workers on the site are moving quickly to make the dreams of unifying cultural institutions a reality. Lindsey for VOA News.